Hello friends, this is a continuation video from our previous topic which we saw on analysis of 10-year financial statements. In the last video we saw how to pull out the 10-year financial statements and also made the screen grab of Natco Pharma. So now I'll be uploading this into the prompt, into the model prompted for some useful insights. So let me start with the basic prompt. So I'm uploading the Natco Pharma image. Here it is. I'm uploading it. So I'm going to give a very basic version of the prompt and see how the output comes, and then I'll go for a little sophisticated or a more targeted prompt to see how the output comes. So I'm going to say this is a 10-year financial statement. No, rather than financial statement, let me be more precise. P&L statement of Natco Pharma. Please analyze this and share the key insights. This is the only thing. It's a very generic or a very basic prompt which anybody can try. So this is the prompt which we are going to give. So let us see the results, what it comes through. We will put this output in a Word file and try to compare with a more sophisticated prompt and see how the output differs between a very generic prompt and a structured prompt. Okay, so whatever it has given, I'm not going to make any comment. I'm just going to copy in a Word file. Okay, we have done with. So let me now go to my structured prompt. My structured prompt is here. So one prompting practice, what you need to understand is input. What is the input in your hand? What details does the input contain? That awareness will help you to create the prompt of your desired output. For example, first point is the input is an image. It has a 10-year data. What not it has? Sales, expenses, operating profit percentage. They have made already the calculation. The screener already has the percentage calculation. So you need not do all that. PBT. So all that. So you need to understand what the input contains, and then try to create a prompt of your desired output. What at all I need. So I'll just take you through the prompt, whatever I shared with you. So I'm going to say that this is the image of Natco Pharma. So in the image is Natco Pharma 10-year income statement. Analyze it and provide key inferences across the following aspects. So there are around 5 to 6 topics which I'm giving. You may use a table where needed with years shown in columns. Why I am mentioning years shows in columns is if you don't mention that, it lists the years in a vertical fashion in the rows. So that's why I'm trying to mention that years shown in columns. So what are the different things which I want? Revenue and growth trends. So what is the growth for last 10 years, and is there any pattern? And highlight the years of highest and lowest revenue growth. This is very important because generally we say we need to read the last 10-year annual report, last 5-year annual report, which is not required. It is required for you to focus where there are anomalies, where there are outliers. The year where there was a high revenue, the year there was a low revenue, and those are the years which you need to focus. And I'm requesting the model to give that. Is there any concern over the trends? Then profitability analysis. A similar few subheadings I have given. Cost structure. See, in the image we saw that it was having a raw material cost, inventory cost, all that. So here it is more of the numbers. I am trying to see whether I'll be able to pull it as a percentage. So I am trying to see that, break down the key components, how it has changed with time, and any red flags like any particular cost has increased, whether raw material or employee cost has increased. So I'm going to ask that. And more comes the last bottom line is the earning per share, whatever you see in the P&L, and that is related to the shareholder returns. So that also I'm trying to ask. And when it comes to shareholder returns, dividends also matter. So the dividends were found in the last row. So I'm factoring that also in my prompt to analyze the shareholder returns. Then a few random questions to see whether there are any declines in margins, cost pressures, all that. I'm trying to model. I'm trying to ask the model to infer from that image and other analysis just to summarize it. That's what I'm asking this. Rather than giving analysis, I give summary. Yeah, summary. I'm just asking it to summarize. Lastly, I'm asking to give the graphical trend of sales, profit margin, net profit, etc., etc. You can change it. Like if you want only profit, you can mention profit. If you don't want this, you can delete this. You are free to choose whichever way you want. So now this prompt I'm going to copy, put it in our chat GPT and see how the output comes. Okay, despite me giving refer, put the year in column, it is giving me in vertical fashion only. That maybe I'll try to fix it in the next video, but for now we'll focus on the quality of the content which comes out. Because I was expecting the year to come in the column level, but it isn't taking like that. Of course, I have mentioned in the prompt. That is one drawback of having very long prompts. At time the model can miss important what do you say points what we mentioned in the prompts. One thing what you'll find is it is coming very detailed, very structured when compared to our last generic prompt. So if you remember last output came in less than 10 seconds. Now it's still generating. Cool. Red flags. Okay. Concerns. Okay. Summary. Okay. See, graphical representation I told to give, but it is asking, would you like to generate? I will tell yes. See, the seventh part of the prompt was give me the graphical representation of these values. I don't know, without giving it is asking, I'm telling yes. So it should give the graphic representation of whatever data you saw in the 10-year financial statements. That image generation takes a bit of time, but it gives you quality output. So meanwhile, when it generates, we'll copy this output into another Word file for a comparison purpose. Okay, let us have both the documents side by side. So one of them is only one page, roughly little more than one page, whereas this one is close to 4 pages, partly because of the reason the table was arranged in a vertical fashion against the horizontal fashion. Okay, fine. So we'll fix this part in our next video. Let us see whether it has generated the graphics. Cool. Okay, it has generated the graphics, but this time I can see the output is generated in a horizontal. Yes. Okay, let me copy the graphics also. Okay, so now definitely the second prompting or the second output is much better than the basic one. So here you are having like there is no table or anything, and it was having some only the inferences, whereas here you get the numbers in the table. 1 minute. Followed by the inferences. So we had asked which year there was a revenue decline, which year there was an increase, all that. So it has told periods of highest growth. These 2 years had a abnormally high growth. So these are the years which I need to focus by opening the annual report. Which year there was a decline, that also is there. So again, this for this annual report you need to find out, open out to figure out the reason. So cost structure analysis. Material cost trend. Okay, material cost declined. Then employee cost has increased from 15% to 23%. Red flags, let us see on red flags. See, here you don't have anything around red flags. On the left hand side, the generic prompt, you don't have anything around red flags, whereas on the right hand side, you find on red flags like strong revenue and profit growth, improved profitability, significant returns, but there's a revenue decline, fluctuating margins, maybe due to competitive pressure, etc. etc. So it does summarize Natco Pharma, so and so, and you have the images. So you have got a beautiful output. And one thing what you need to do is one additional thing which we did discuss in the initial prompting best practices is, though it has given these numbers, it's always good that you check once. So how do we do it? So 558, yes, 558, 622. Then here you have 706, 706. I'm just showing you one. The remaining you need to check once in a while, not record every time, just to make sure, because the model makes mistakes. Ultimately, loser, we are the loser. So it's always better to check once. If the quality of the image is good, the output is good actually. So 1790. So all the numbers have been fairly good actually. Fairly good. 1654, 1768, 2359, and 3569. It has been fairly good. So one thing what I want to emphasize is it has not made any calculations. I think it has just pulled out the numbers from the image and it is shown here. It has not made any calculations as such, but it's a decent output. Okay. So this is one way to do the 10 years financial statement analysis for a profit and loss statement. So I'll close this video and come back in the next video with some more details on doing the 10-year financial statement analysis. Goodbye friends till then.